Evening, everybody. This is Enoch on the mic. Friday night. Going racing at Talladega. Elevated Racing Group Pro Series. Got these Xfinity cars. In the booth, got my buddies here. Other Elite Series drivers. Big D's, War Machine, and Titans. They'll be in and out here and there. Got 56 laps today. Looked like Boston Strong got the pole. This race, 56 laps, first stage 11 laps, second 12, and the final stage 29 laps. I'm loading in here. How you guys doing? You guys getting in the race as well?
Yep.
Yep. There you go. Thank you, D's. The other guys, if you want to, go for it as well. So, looks like while we're getting in there, Shaft Nations with 3 wins, first in points. Matt in the 18 car, second, but he's not racing. We got Boston filling in for him. And as we go live, take a look here from the 18 ride. Boston Strong again filling in. Looks like he's got that 7 of flux on his bumper, pushing that that number 2 of shaft up the track a little bit. It's spread out already. It's probably coming to the 3rd lap, I believe. Got a Dale Jr. fan in the 88. I believe he's a new driver. Welcome. As we got the top 4 lined up, but it looks like they're breaking up a bit, and I think the 00 got on the apron, spun around. There might be a caution here. Then the 18 gets a little wobbly, and that 7 of flux goes right on by, taking out Down and Out Racing with him. Let's see if Boston can hold on to that draft. He's got Flux and Down and Out side by side. That's what Boston wants to see. I mean, if they pull in together, and they're doing that now, I think he might have the draft, but he could easily lose it. Looks like Flux goes down on the apron a little bit there. It looks like we got a viewer joining us. Thanks for joining this ERG Pro Racing race here at Talladega. It's a nice Friday night. Good night for racing. As looks like a lot of this field fell apart. I don't know if you guys are looking around at different cars. I'm kind of hanging out with the leaders as the 00 goes. Ooh, yeah, he did. These guys are just getting picked off. What do you kind of want to see here, Titans, in this first stage?
I'm wanting to see a lot of patience. You know, it's first stage. You don't need to get aggressive with anything. Just figure your car out, figure everybody's line out, figure how they race.
Yeah, and it's too bad. It kind of looks like they threw the patience out the window beginning in the race because these guys are spread apart.
Yeah.
Another thing that's good too in these opening stages is trying to find that guy that you'll work with, you know? Ooh, as the 3 goes into the back of the 88. What the heck happened there? It's staying green.
With an eye on this 2 and this 00 here, Harvick there hit the apron a few laps ago and took Shaft Nation with him, but if these guys could hook up and run together, I believe they could do well together.
Yeah, and I think the 88 was down in the middle of 3 and 4 on the grass. Maybe not. He looks like he's got a lot of damage. Remember, these races are 50% races, 3 times wear. They got damage on as well. So, you know, Titans, you said patience, and you need patience to keep that car in one piece. This 88's going up in the wall. He may have a lot of damage to where this thing's not driving the way he wants it. Looks like that 18 of Boston Strong is picking up some time on Flux. Just gets that car's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that 7 car's been riding a higher lane, and that's a lot of Boston Strong to close the gap on running inside.
Yeah, as Flux goes down to the bottom, thinks better of it. Boston's going to try and make a move on the outside. Why not? You know, this is kind of like an experimental stage. See what's going to work for you. If it doesn't work now, then you know that for later. He might try a little side draft on him. He's getting closer to that rear quarter panel.
Little contact.
So we take a look from the sky view here. Flux is doing a good job keeping that thing in line. Up, he bumps up a little bit. Good thing Boston wasn't there. Boston trying to make a move on the inside as the door is open from that 7. That 7 had room, but he may not have thought that he did. Lets the 18 on the inside. I think that's going to be for the lead. One thing for sure is that at least we got some nice tight racing up here up front as the 7 falls in behind that 18. He's trying to make a move on the outside now. That thing looks pretty strong. He's really trying that side draft. Goes down in there, tries to suck the air off, bounces up, gets a little too high going into 3, gets back to the bottom, but runs a bit on the apron. I'm sure these guys just want to see this stage end. Looks like they're going to be coming to 4 to go. The leaders just passed the start-finish line, so they got 4 to go in stage 1. Then stage 2 will have 12 laps. Is fuel going to cause an issue in these opening stages? What do you guys think? Do you think it will? With 3 times wear?
They should be good to go.
Yeah, I think
in the
so.
final stage, but not in these first 2 stages at all, I don't think.
Yeah, and a track like Talladega, man, like you're gonna need gas before you need tires.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna save fuel, it'll be Boston.
Yeah,
Riding in that draft.
it's true. Especially the second place car, you know, keeping that draft like that, he could definitely
right
hold
around
off.
3/4 throttle and
Yeah. You never know,
that
maybe.
88 car has some heavy damage.
Let's take a look at this 88. Yeah, he's riding around the middle of the track. So he goes down on the apron out of 4.
tell you what, if he gets around him on the outside, that'll be truly impressive here at Talladega.
Yeah, that would be. Where do you think the best time to make that move on the track? Not necessarily lap count, but where on the track would be the best time to try to make that outside move?
I would try it from middle turn to exit. That's where I would traditionally try that move.
Yeah, kind of
But
get
you
a
gotta get
slingshot
the
in
timing
a
just
sense.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, we've all raced a ton together. I haven't really experienced the side draft much from my point of view. What about you guys? Have you been testing out the side draft?
Oh, most
Yeah.
definitely. It's very effective, I think.
Yeah.
I've
I think
definitely
what
noticed
most people,
the inside car slowing down any time that I tried it.
Yeah.
yeah. Most people believe that it makes you faster when you're side drafting. It's not actually making you faster. It's slowing the guy down that you're side drafting off
Definitely.
of.
Yeah, definitely.
7 car with
What's
an
that
illegal
7
move.
doing? Yeah, it's a good thing he didn't get a pass on that 18.
I was gonna say,
Got 1 to go.
7 car
Cannot
doing a little
pass
antsy.
below that double yellow. I hope Boston is letting him know that. Boston did a good thing though by moving up a bit, because he knows that that 7 would get penalized for making a move like that, but he doesn't want to try and keep that line if that 7's going to get penalized anyways. He keeps that line, that 7 comes up, he can get a lot of damage. But these guys, they're in the front, they look like
I think
they
he's coming
don't
up
have any
too
damage.
high right there.
Yeah. Like, I liked what the 7 was doing down the
Keep it in the
backstretch,
middle.
but he kind of let it go around 3. As we're coming to the green and white checkered for this first stage. I'm sure a lot of these drivers are going to be really happy to see this. As he tries it again, he's not,
Oh,
you can't be doing that.
Harvick made a pass on Wolf Smoky.
Wolf Smoky in that 11. That 11 had some damage, I'm sure. A lot of it's aero, slowing him down some.
Yeah, they ran good together with Harvick behind him there for a minute, but then he just, I guess he got tired of waiting, so he just went on around him.
Yeah. This is the finishing order for stage 1 is Boston Strong, Flux, AF, and Down and Out Racing in 3rd. 4 is Grand Poppy. 5th, Harvick. 6th, Wolf Smoky. 7th, Shaft Nation, and Dale Jr. Fan rounding out the field in 8th. So you're going with gas, going with tires. If you need the repair, you take the repair. Do you change anything else up with these slider adjustment cars, these pit setups?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I think that these super speedways, you shouldn't really have to adjust much besides for the tire pressures. And even then, you possibly wouldn't have to take tires this entire race.
Yeah. Looking at Boston Strong's feed, you know, I appreciate you letting us take an inside look on your strategy. As his tires were at 77% around there after the first stage. So yeah, man, you got a point. As we ride along with the leader, field goes green for the start of stage 2. We'll have stage 2, 10 laps to go. They're already falling apart. I would have expected to see them a little locked up. Yeah, is Down and Out Racing.
Get a wreck. Oh, he saved it.
Wow. Yeah, watching from the front of that 18, I was thinking there too. But Down and Out Racing, the 98 car, right on Boston's bumper, giving him a nice push. These guys work well together, but that 11 car of Wolf Smoky, he's moving right up there with him. And it looks like he's taking the 00 of Harvick as well. As the 11 goes up the track.
That 88 and number 2 need to start working together. They're going to lose that draft.
Ooh, Harvick just put Wolf Smoky in the wall.
Wow. Yeah, you know, I think you had a good point there, War. They have to start working together. They got lucky with that 11 coming up. That might be some help that they need, because then that 00 lost his drafting partner, but I think he's got a good hold of 1 and 2. That 88 looks like he's got a loose race car today. That 2 wants to get around him. I don't blame him, actually. You know, it's every now and then you get a drafting partner that just has a car set up where it's just too ill handling, and you're actually going slower than you would be if you were single file. And he may be having to lift too much for this 88 who goes down on the apron. Who really needs some help out there is that 3 car. That 3 car Grand Poppy, he's by himself, but you know, he's really good at ticking off laps, figuring out his car, figuring out how he's going to run that bottom line and keep it there. I see him really progressing.
Shuts the door on the 2 and sends it on the wall.
Man, that 88 up the track, and the 3 avoid it? He does. A single car wreck, I don't think there will be a caution.
No caution.
The 2 car there done a really good job holding it together and not losing control of his car.
Yeah, that 2 is Shaft Nations. You know, we've raced with him a lot, and he is very good with being aware of his surroundings. You guys think that these leaders are going to come up on the 88 before this stage ends?
Most likely it will happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I think so. He got a lot of damage hitting that wall.
Yeah, and it
he's
took
got
him
a lot
a
of
while.
damage. He's all over the place right now too.
And what is he coming out of turn 4, and they're about on the backstretch? Yeah, they're middle of the backstretch. Yeah, I see it happening. They're going to have to be very cautious.
Yeah, he's just now crossing the finish line.
So that 7 car who's up front with Boston in that first stage, he's kind of stuck in the back right now, and these 3 really should work together, man. That was a really good point, and the 11 goes up the track, lets the 11 in. Maybe the 7's being a little aggressive for this point of the race in that 11's eyes, and he's like, hey, listen, man, if you really want the spot that bad, go for it. I'm going to just stick a new draft.
You know, sometimes, you know, to get around a restrictor plate, you got to let the person that's faster in front of you, you know, that'll definitely help you catch up to the lead lap, or the lead cars, if you're just slowing the other guy down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think working...
pull you right up.
Yep. You work together, get back up there, and then, you know, kind of duke it out towards the end of the race, try and get that position. Looks like the 7 may be lagging, or he just got into the bumper a little too much, but there's some problems there for these drivers. The 11 got the short end of the stick, as the 3 gets a nice break catching up to him, but that 3's going so much faster, he goes right around the 11. Unfortunately, some technical difficulties with one of our announcers. Big D's left the party. Hopefully he can still join back in here. These leaders doing a really good job staying in line together. It's going to be needed for later on in the race. The 18 may have gotten a little loose, goes below the double yellow. It's hard to even see third place looking back behind that second place car. The 98 may have had a big run right there, didn't want to hit the 18 on the wrong side of that rear bumper, send them both flying as he saves the car, goes to the outside a little bit of that 18, slows it down, gets right back in that draft. 18 is really trying to make this track shorter than it is.
Most definitely. Being very strategic with that draft.
Yeah. I know he likes working together, but they have such a huge lead. They have a 7-second lead over third place. If he can drop that 98, then it'll be a lot less stressful for him when they come to the end of the stage. As they come to the start-finish line, it looks like they will have 3 laps to go in the second stage. That 98, or I'm sorry, the 88 is on the backstretch. Maybe he got himself together. He's keeping his cool now, and maybe those leaders won't catch him. The 2 and the 7 are trying to get around the double zero. 7 into the bumper of the 2. Now he's pushing that double zero. That 7, he's got to have a loose race car, man. He's jockeying a lot. 7 of Flux AF as he goes back up to help push that 2. Could be a manufacturer thing, you know, let's help those Chevys. As the 2 drops down in front of the double zero before the 7 can really clear him.
Gonna clear him.
No, but then he goes back up to pick up that 7. That's a smart move to make, because then you may have a buddy later on in the race. If he just dropped down and abandoned that 7, then maybe that 7's not going to want to work with him later. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Oh, the double zero.
Oh, into the wall.
Ouch. Coming off of turn 2.
He might as well just finish out this race and not pit. Don't want to take a chance and going laps down.
Yeah. Yeah, they got, I think they're coming to what, 2 to go? Maybe 1 to go?
I believe so.
I think they're coming to 1 to go.
To outside.
98. Oh, let's get back to this.
That's the back in.
So I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I'd want to break that draft up too much if I was the 18. Because if you break it up and then that 98 falls a little further back, when he gets back in that draft, he's going to have such a bigger pull from the draft, and that outside line might actually work. But if he keeps him close there, he may not get all that momentum. But that 98 going right up to the wall.
So that 98, instead of doing that, he should have got to the right quarter panel of that 18 car. Would have given him a much better chance of getting by him.
Yeah, that side draft.
Most definitely, yep. That side drafting.
And these made a huge point with that too. You know, doing that side drafting, it's not making you faster, it's making the guy in front of you slower. As the stage ends, get another win for Boston Strong with Down and Out Racing taking second. Looks like Shaft Nations pull off third, followed by Flux AF. Grand Poppy with a 5th place stage finish. Harvick 006, Wolf Smoky 7th, and Dale Jr. Fan in the 88 rounding out the field again for 8th place. Any strategy plays here? You know, like, I don't know if I'd want to get stuck in the back of the pack. We've seen these guys really have issues who start in the back. And then there's no cautions. We haven't had a single caution yet, other than the stage finishes.
I would say top off on gas, take 2 right side tires. So I imagine the majority of the field's going to take 4. That'll get you up towards the front, keep you out of the mayhem.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, looking at Boston's feed here, I didn't take a look at the laps left for fuel, so hopefully he'll cycle through that as we're getting ready to go green. There was a swap. Grand Poppy picked up 1 place over Flux. That could have had to do with damage repair. Time for that. As we go back to the leader, the 18 gets a great start, 98 not so much. Looks like the 18 was going to pull the 2 with him, but he doesn't want that 2 to get the draft. As in the back, the 11 and the 00 were having a little bit of issues. Boston goes back down to the bottom to hold off that 2 car, getting that push by the 7. The 7's wiggling around, and the 98 of Down and Out, who restarted second on that outside line, he fell back to 4th, but now Boston's going up to try and pull him. Boston's doing a good job looking in his rearview mirror right now, seeing which lines are moving and who he can help out. I know he was working well with that 98. He may want to see him come back up here, but he does have to hold off the 2 and the 7. It's a better restart from these guys this time by.
Yes, most definitely.
So we got 28 laps to go.
They're going to have to work it. Somebody's going to have to work something out with someone else to get by that 18 car on the outside. I think that's the only way anybody's going to get by him right now, because he's riding that yellow line tight.
Yeah.
Oh, as soon as I said that.
Yeah. See, what would be ideal, and which would hurt the 18, would be if it was the 2nd and 3rd place car, you know? Because then he's really hung out. But since he was still getting that help from the 2nd place car, they didn't get to make up any ground, especially using that outside line.
The best time is when the 3rd place car actually falls a little bit behind you, and when he goes to the outside and he has a little more momentum than you, that's when you want to pull out in front of him.
Yeah, get that bump.
Yep. Oh yeah, yep. She shoots you right on the outside, right around.
Yep. While you're speeding up, that leader's slowing down. The 2 might be trying it again, unless he's just got a tight car that's floating up the track. 98 takes advantage, moves into 3rd. It looks like the 7 may have had a little lag there, kind of rubber banded a little bit. I think that 98 sees something happening. He was trying to move up the track. We can still see 5th, 6th, and the 7th place cars in the distance, looking behind this 18. Is that 98 moving up?
98 went up the track.
Is that 2 going to come and help him? No, not yet. He's thinking about it. 18 goes up the track a bit, but the 7 couldn't get down there. The 18 closes the door in time. 18 riding that double yellow. So these guys are starting to get in line, these top 4 drivers. That 2 is pushing that 98. The 18 and the 7 separate. The 18 goes up. It looks like he's picking up that 98. He drops back down in front of the 7. I think he could have still done it. I think he could have pulled that 98 around the 7. But you never know who he's trying to make friends with just yet. Let's kind of go through the field. We see the 3 car with the 00 coming up behind him. Maybe they could get some drafting help on each other. That 88 is looking at the 11. The 11 down the track. He's off track around turn 1. As we go back to the leaders, got this 18 still pulling these top 4 guys. You know, the cream really rises to the top in these type of precision racing league races, because you really have to be able to hold your line, keep that draft, and if you fall off, you can lose a lot of time. That 7 up the track falls to 4th. He hopes he can still hold on to that draft, but with those 3 guys moving, he may not.
Nope.
They break up a bit. It looks like the 98 is going to try and get... The 2 doesn't help him. And the 2 takes 2nd. The 2 may have been doing that to say, hey, I want 2nd right now because I want to be able to make that move. But we'll see if the 98 will go with him. May have been a little too early for the 2 to try that. He needs to get down before he loses that 2nd place again. The 11 looks like has retired the race. He's on pit road. 98 moving around, gets onto the apron, but he's able to keep the car going. The 7 still had momentum, goes on the outside, but slows it down a tiny bit to get back in line. Oh, little action up here. Guys are jockeying back and forth. The 18 doesn't look like he's having as easy of a time staying on that bottom line as he did earlier on, as the 98 on the apron. It looks like he's going to be spinning out. Oh, man, without a caution, I think he's going to have a hard time getting back up there, man.
Yeah, without a caution, I don't see him getting back up there.
So if you were the 7 and you saw that happen to that guy, you think you would slow down, pick him up, try and make moves, or stick with this lead pack?
Right now he seems a little bit too far back to go back and pick him up. So, I mean, like generally, like for me, if he's like a 2nd behind me, I might go back and pick him up. But anything more than that, you know, towards the end of the race, you know, it's really not worth it.
Right.
Because I don't believe there's enough time by the end of the race to get back to the leaders.
Yeah, and one thing that 7 car may notice too is if he can see it on his timing and scoring info, that 00 and 3 were working together until the 00 just.
Of the 18. Nope.
The 00 just got in the back of the 3, went off track. I thought that they were going to be able to get back up to that 98. Good call there, Titans. Forgot about the leaders for a second. There's so much going on back there.
The 18 and the 2 car have been battling here. And the 7 has been slowly creeping in.
The 7 was fortunate enough to keep that draft.
Yeah, really. As he's pulling right up. I thought so too, man. But he's sucking right up back to him. I have a feeling there's not going to be a single bit of give and take coming towards the end. Or if there's any give, you can't have any give, because then there's going to be a ton of take. These guys are already waiting for a mix-up where you can squeeze in there below them.
Well, there you have it.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Dunkley takes it inside the 2.
Oh, 7 in the 2.
18 may have gotten a little loose there.
Two car went to the outside thinking the 7 was going to follow, and the 7 didn't follow.
Yeah, see, that was like the wrong time to do that too, like entering a corner. Looks like the 7 may have been trying the same thing, entering a corner as well. Falls below. 18 moves up the track.
Surprised the 2 and the 7 aren't working together. This 18 car's been dominating the whole race. I'm surprised they don't want to see a lead change.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely. Right now would be the point in the race where I'd be trying to communicate with the third place driver to get around him.
Yeah, and honestly, it would kind of make that 18 a sitting duck. You know, he doesn't have a friend out there right now.
No.
Because if these two guys do, like you said, communicate with one another, if they, no matter what, they don't even have to try that hard. As long as they stay nose to tail, they're gonna get around that 18 if they can just get around him a tiny bit. If they can make it clear. Oh, the 2 goes down the track, but he does a great job saving it.
I think he's gonna keep the draft. Yep.
Yep. See, what they need to do is they need to give themselves a little gap between them and the 18, so that way they can suck up and get a run. But they're gonna have to time it right, and they're gonna pass him.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. You know, I've raced with both of you a lot on these super speedways, and you know, you guys are very methodical with getting to the front. The winner of the last year's race here at Talladega in this series was yours truly. So I think I may know a little bit about it too, but I don't know. I was just lucky to be in the front and have a great teammate in Boston Strong to help push. But again, you guys are very good at telling when a move could be made. You know, it's nice knowing that I could have someone push like you guys can. You know, I know Titans, you're really good at entering corners while you're pushing someone. You know, you seem like you stay right there. You give a little extra room when you need to, and you capitalize on all of it. War Machine,
Yeah.
you're just killer wherever. You're just always calm, cool, collected, and you always find your way up there. As that 2 car loses the back of the 7 a bit, but see the 18.
Looks like that 2's getting loose.
Oh yeah, that 18 is loving seeing them going back and forth like that, but I'm sure he's also upset at the same time not being able to pull away. This draft is really helping them.
I wouldn't mind at all. I'd just keep running my line and let these two just do their own thing, because they don't seem like they're wanting to work together at all.
No, they really don't. Like I mentioned, man, if they just get in one line on the outside of this 18, they'll be fine.
And they both benefit from it, you know? Like, the third place guy would be in second, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But this is what the Pro Series is all about, is learning how to race and how to get better.
You said it. That's it, man. The 00 and the 88 are getting draft help from each other, but that 88 is still kind of all over the track. That 00 is trying to follow him. If I was the 00, I don't think I'd try and oh, the 00 is actually hitting pit road. Maybe a little early. I don't know. I think it may be early. I think they had, what, 28 laps to go and maybe 14 laps of fuel. Boston's pitting too. Yeah.
Top 3 are pitting. Will there be any speeding penalties?
The 7 got around the 18 going on pit road. Good point. Will there be speeding penalties? See, laps to go 16,
no,
estimated fuel 13. I think I would have tried.
Pretty hot.
Yeah. I think I would have tried to go one more lap, you know, if I was really paying attention to my estimated fuel. Because now it's going to show them a little short on gas. Let's see if anyone else didn't pit. It looks like everyone followed those leaders, and I don't know. Well, you definitely don't want to lose.
Wow. The car was clean.
Do you think
now the 18 and the 2 are going to be able to draft together, and that 7 car is just going to be like a sitting duck?
That 7 car is on track a little early. Got to ride around the bottom. Got to ride around the
That's
bottom.
gonna be a penalty for him,
That's going to be a huge penalty.
and is most likely going to cost him the race.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, yeah, definitely. But you know, if there's one person that's gonna, you know, that's a little bit behind, but he'll hunt you down, he'll make up every little, you know, second on the track. You know, it's Boston. He's definitely one of the best out there. I fight with him every week, and he's a true competitor. So, you know, he's my pick for this race.
Yeah, Boston strong. He was the series champion in this series last year. And going up to the Elite Series, the three of us are in there, Boston's in there, and I watch it all the time. You two and him, you know, like, you guys are really shown to be the class of the field right now in the series, and part of it is the consistency. You see how he runs that line. If Flux didn't have that pit road penalty, which it looks like he should be serving at some point.
Yeah, he should be entering the pits here this lap or next.
Yeah, if he didn't have that, if he came out clear, do you think Boston would be able to get around him pretty easily?
I believe so, but now I think Boston is trying to use his draft while I can to save fuel.
Yeah, Boston's using his draft because he knows that 7 has to pit.
And oh,
What was that?
the 7 car did not communicate to the 18 that he was going to be serving his penalty, and now the 18 is suffering the consequences.
Oh my gosh, man, that is just that's unfair, man. That stinks for that 18 car. But at the same time, I was going to say, before you guys said that he was using that draft, while you were saying that, I was thinking, if you know this guy in front of you has to pit, would you be staying right behind him? I think that
I'd be
may have
trying to
been
communicate with the guy in front of me.
Yeah,
know when he's gonna
but you
pit.
can't trust it, and he didn't pull down or anything. He just started slowing down while on the track. That was, you
Yeah, it's
know,
most
developmental.
definitely, 2 penalties on the number 7, I would think.
Yeah. The 7 made it down the pit. Boston's coming out. He's got a little bit of damage. You can see the yellow when I'm looking at his feed. He's got 96% of aero left, so he lost 4%. The 7 looks smashed up.
Thing is here, the 98 and the 3, I'm not sure if they're second and third, but if they are, they're running together. And the 2 car who is in the lead right now is all by himself. So, I mean, they have a lot of ground to make up, but it is very possible that they could get to the leader.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It looks like that 2 car does have the 88 behind him, but I don't know how much of help it's going to be. The 2 car is going up the track. He's driving up the track, so he's just slowing himself down even more.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're working together very well. You know, when you're in the lead, you know, sometimes it benefits to drive in front of the guy, you know,
Yeah.
to help give you that push.
The 88's creeping up on the 2. The 2's staying up the track. He may be trying to save fuel.
Or he may just be trying to stay out of trouble, too.
That's true. Seeing that 88 who's been having
just-
bad handling race car, and as
Oh,
I
88 in the
say
wall.
that, he gets into the wall. The 2 hopes that he can pull away, get that 88 out of his draft. He's going to have to drive in his rearview mirror. Get that 88 out of there, too. He stays up top. That's not a strategy I'd go with, but he cuts down to the bottom. Now, there's not much that the 18 can do now. He's just got to, you know, take what came to him and stay calm on the wheel. Don't want to get your tempers up. That could get you on the apron. You know, you overthink things, and that won't be good. Going up to this 3 and 98. The 3 looks like he may be having a little loose car. Having a hard time connecting with that 98.
Yeah, I'm not sure, based on the last few laps I've been watching, don't think the 3 car has the push car that the 98 would want.
Yeah, I can see that too. And looking at Boston's feed over on Twitch, he's actually cutting into the time between him in 5th place and the 3rd place car of Grand Papi. It's not really changing much. It went from 16.2 down to 16.0. If the 3 can connect a little better, they can spread that. Boston is making up time on the 00 of Harvick, breaking it down to 1.7 seconds. But I think he is about 34 seconds or so behind the leader of Shaft Nations in that number 2 car. Shaft already has 3 wins this season. Let's see if he can make it a 4th.
Tell you what, I'm betting on him right now.
Yeah.
As long as the caution don't come out.
That's right. Looking at how these guys are driving, though, you never know. I know there's only really 2 cars together, that 98 and 3. The 2 got away from the 88. 00 is about to pick up Boston. If I was Boston, I'd want to get around him. I think Boston is a great lead car. If these other guys are all over the track, it may not be good to lead with that, because then the guy behind you is going to have to lift more and can cause trouble. Looks like we're going to be coming to 8 to go.
Yeah,
that
was
lead.
Just unfortunate that what happened to Boston Strong earlier in the race. I hate to see that happen.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Now he's having.
Racing and
the 00 hits pit road. Yeah, accidents do happen. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You got to communicate.
Yeah,
As they go to
in our fair share.
Yeah, Boston just crossed for 8 to go. Looked like he was cutting into the lead. The lead of Shaft was at 35 seconds last I saw, and it drastically went down to 34.3 in one corner. Wonder if Shaft is having any issues. Looks like he's going slow. I think he's saving.
Fuel.
He is saving, man. He's going around 1 and 2, just barely on it. That could have been.
You said when Boston Strong was pitting, they were 3 laps short.
Yeah.
3 laps is going to be really hard to make up here running alone.
Yeah.
Maybe this goes into the 18's favor with that pit. The unfortunate pit. He might have enough fuel to make it. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it around the track and get to the leader in time, but you never know. He has probably 1 last lap less fuel to save.
Yeah. Hey, man, that little tragedy that Boston had may actually turn out for the better. I wonder what 2nd and 3rd place, how they feel right now, because I know Boston has the most gas out of everyone as the 3 falls back from the draft of the 98.
Three car makes a pass on the 98. I believe there's no strategy right now on either side.
Yeah, maybe the 98 was looking at his gas a little more than that 3. Boston's gap to first is now at 26 seconds. That 2 car is definitely slowing down. That 88 is catching back up to him. If you're that 2, do you think you may want to try and pick up the draft of that 88 and maybe, you know, go faster while saving fuel? Is it worth it?
Not quite sure. I think I would just let him go on by and let him do his own thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it looks like he has an ill-handling car, so I'd try to stay away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that 88's not making too much ground up. So this 2 car, you know, he really made the bed by trying to save. You know, he can't really back out on that now. Hopefully,
once you start saving gas, you gotta, you know, you got to either save gas or you got to pit.
Or you gotta
know,
pit,
Once you start
yeah.
saving gas, you can't go pit.
Yeah. What stinks, this happened to me a few times, where I'll think, okay, I can save the gas. I start slowing down, and then ultimately, you know, it didn't work out. I had to pit anyways. You have to figure that out before you start saving.
The
Yep,
three
that'll
car
definitely
looks like
bite you
he's
the
just full
hardest.
sending it.
Is that 00
Ooh,
down
Boston
pit road?
Strong. Boston Strong's knocked about 5 seconds off that lead.
Yeah, he's about
He got to
under
down to
20
about 21
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah. That 00 may have backed out of the race. He's still on pit road. It's unfortunate, man.
Three car looks like he's gonna try and run it dry. Because he is gaining on our leader.
"19 seconds behind the leader is the 4th place of Boston Strong. The 00 is still on pit road, so he must have fallen out of the race. That the 2 car seems to be picking up his speed a little bit. Maybe he was able to get the amount saved that he needed to.
The 88, I believe, is out of fuel on the backstretch, going into 3. Maybe. Or running out.
He is still on the gas. As looks like the 3 is hitting pit road. The 3 on pit road, hopefully get a splash. I think we're going to be coming to 1 or 2 to go. Take a look in a second as Boston's
2
about
to go
to
at the
start
line.
across the start finish. All right, 2 to go. Yep, 2 to go.
Boston is entering, or in the middle of 1 and 2, and our leader is entering 3 right now.
And that's an 18-second difference. Boston is catching up to that 98 down and out racing. He's just about a second behind. 1.1, it's staying kind of even at 1.1. I gotta take a look at Shaft, see what he's doing here in that 2 car. It sounds like he stopped saving, I don't know. Yeah. Still on the throttle on the bottom of the track. He may have what it takes. It looks like, was that the 3 on the backstretch coming out of pit road?
Like it was a 3.
Yeah.
So, I think the 2 might be running out of fuel.
Oh, you hear that? I believe. Yeah. That is something else.
Out of fuel.
Boston just gets around the 98. Let's get over to him. That's going to be for the lead.
The 2 car is on the trioval right now.
Looks like the 98's out.
Get it.
98's out.
I don't believe he's going to be getting to Shaft in time. He might.
I think he is.
He will.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Final lap. Shaft did not save enough fuel. He almost had it. What a race, man, on strategy. That stinks for Shaft.
That was, truly impressive.
That little mishap.
Well, like the unfortunate event for Boston turned out to be heaven sent.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it, Titans, man. That's it. Holy cow. At first I thought the 18 was going to wring the 7's throat, but now he may be giving him a little nookie, like, hey, thanks, buddy, for that. Saved me the race. That was a pretty good showing by these guys. You know, I think it went caution-free. As the race rounds out, we got Boston Strong coming down to help out in the 18 car for Matt 211. He gets him that win. Shaft Nation comes out in second. Can't get that 4th win today. Oh man, was that a good race. 3rd, Fluff or Flux AF in the 7 car. 4th, Grand Poppy. Great showing, Grand Poppy. He knew he had to pit. He didn't want to run out. 98 ran out, got him 5th place. In 6th place, the 88 of Dale Jr. Fan. The 00 of Harvick, who fell out the race, 7th. And the 11, who fell out 26 laps ago, rounded out the field in 8th. That was something else, man.
That was quite the finish.
That was. Hey, let's see if we can get Boston in here. See if he wants to talk with us for a minute or so. As I go blue screen for a sec, apologize. Just want to grab this guy in here. See if he can join us. As we see the fastest lap. Well, it looks like Boston left out of the race, but we couldn't catch it in time. Good racing by these guys. As we go back, let's take a look at the esports leaderboards, see if any of them had a nice lap time. They didn't have many laps running together, but they may have it. And here's the winner of that race, Boston Strong. Congrats, man, filling in for Matt in that 18 car.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
So, what did you think with that finish, man?
It went better than I was expecting it. After I don't know what in the world the 7 car was doing. Thought it was over with, and then I was just able to run full throttle while everybody else was saving, and was able to get past Shaft right before the finish line.
Yeah, you were. That was close, man. Very good job. Titans War, you got any questions for our race winner at Dega?
How were you able to keep your calm? How were you able to keep calm when the 7 had basically taken you out of the race, but then you realized that maybe you had a shot at winning when everybody else was saving?
Well, when it initially happened, I was pretty pissed. The 15-second black flag penalty where I got through into pit road, I thought I was screwed. And it's not. I wasn't mad I didn't win the race or whatever like that. I'm looking more at the fact of Matt's points because he's already going to be taking a point hit from me subbing for him anyway. So I thought that really destroyed his points, especially how dominant the car was. But once I returned back on the field and I was still running about 5th, I was like, well, top 5 is better than nothing, and it ended up just working out that everybody else was running out of fuel and I was able to get the win.
Yeah, good driving by you.
That was definitely some good driving, man.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I think Titans said something before. He put it real well. He said, what was it about the heaven sent or something? I don't know. It was pretty good.
I believe I said the setback turned into the heaven sent. So
it did. It definitely did.
It was definitely a mishap in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out. I thought I had enough saved fuel-wise running behind the 7 car when he came out of pit road in front of me to make it, and then once I got through into pit road, it worked out. Blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Yeah, that really was, man. You know, a heck of a job. Good win. Got Mid-Ohio next, so good luck there, bud.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Once again, thanks to KB Motorsports for allowing me to step in his ride and help him out while he's gone. Looking forward to Mid-Ohio. I don't think I'm going to be the best there. I haven't raced Mid-Ohio in a while. But if we can go for a top 5, I think that'll help out the best for him.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of laps. It's going to be a 38-lap race for you to figure out your way to the front. So good luck, bud.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, so for Elevated Racing Group, our first race of this beautiful Friday night is over with. I hope you guys enjoyed that Talladega race. Nice fuel strategy at the end there. So stick around. We'll be back in a bit with another broadcast.